What is up, you guys? So my husband picked these out of the yard. He added a bunch more. Wasn't that sweet? What is up, you guys? So I am sharing what I'm doing here in my bedroom and the few little changes that I've made. I'm also going to share with you some edits that I'm going to do during this video. Let's go to my storage building and peek around.
Hello. Aww. Hey, buddy.
Okay, you guys, so here we are in my storage building in my backyard, so it makes it very convenient if I want to swap stuff out or take measurements of something, because this is where I store stuff if I'm trying to sell stuff. So yeah, it just makes it pretty convenient for things. But yeah, I do think I'm gonna go ahead and sell this set. You guys remember this? This was in my house, and I need to go ahead and list those. But I need to, these are project chairs. I thought about painting them gold and then upholstering them in some pink silk that I have and then putting them up for sale. There's some stuff in here that I don't really want to part with. I'm just kind of storing it or hoarding it. Like, I'm not getting rid of this. So at some point, I'm sure I'll eventually swap something out. But yeah, I never finished painting in here, so it's just literally just being used for storage. So again, excuse the mess. So I'm sure you guys remember this painting that I've had for a while. It was at my old house before the house that I have now. And I even used it in my house that I have now. And then now it's just being stored in here. So I think I'm going to bring him back in. Like, look, you guys, I have this vanity back here. It's so pretty. And that's the mirror that you could just see the mirror top, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff in front of the vanity part. But yeah, I have it on Facebook. So eventually the right buyer will come along. Okay, so I'm thinking about bringing this lamp in there. So I do have these beautiful silk curtains. They are 150 inches long. So that's like, I want to say 13 feet, 12 feet tall. I don't know, because my ceilings are 10 feet tall in my house, and that's 120 inches. So that's kind of the math there. But I think what I do want to do with these is, obviously this needs to be finished painting. And I think I want to do like a divider situation and do a photography backdrop in here, because I've done photography backdrop. I told you guys about that in my old house, and I don't really want to do that again. I like to have a separate space for that, just so I don't feel like it's like invading my space. So I do need to clear out a lot of this stuff and stage it for people to rent out for photography backdrops. I thought about doing Airbnb with it. Because there is a bathroom back there and a bedroom. This is like a kitchenette. And then, you know, the living space. But I don't know if I really want people like staying overnight and stuff like that. My mom does Airbnb, and it's like people are always complaining about all this stuff. I have a whole bunch of chickens. I don't want people complaining about chickens and chicken poop out there. So it's like, I'd rather just have people like rent it for like a few hours for photography. I just feel like that crowd may be different than Airbnb, I guess. All right, you guys, so I finished up some things. So yeah, I got these, this set right here. I wish it would focus. I got this set from a yard sale. It was actually the same yard sale that had this painting here. He just had great taste. So yeah, and then I went ahead and hung him here. This is a painting that I got from Waterfront Thrift Store several years ago. You guys have probably seen him in many tours, especially like in my house before this one. But yeah, I've had him for quite a while. I don't know who in the world he is, but it is signed like 1920 something. So I don't know if he was like some kind of like judge, or really don't know. But yeah, I finally got the sticker off of this. What else? Okay, so over here, I moved this guy over here and just edited some things and then put her here. And so yeah, I put the screen over here. So this is where I've placed the screen and I really like it there. I really love the lamp there. I think it looks great there. So I'm really pleased with how this vignette looks. I was not really liking it for a little while there. I was like, something needs to change. So now I really love it. I think it just looks really put together. And over here, I'm really digging how these lamps look together. I think that it illuminates the screen with the geishas very nicely. Of course, I still love my rug here. Yeah, and I moved my sconces here. So I wanted to talk about I used to be into tapestries when I first started getting into decorating in my early 20s. I've been into antiques, especially like French antiques, English antiques, for a very long time. So I am in my late 30s. I've been doing this since my early 20s. So this piece just kind of takes me back to that with, I mean, a lot of this stuff does. I really loved tapestries back then too. And I kind of fell off from tapestries for a while there. And even toile, I really loved toile, which is this here on this coverlet. It's just funny how we'll circle back to a lot of the stuff we've always loved despite trends. I think that's really important in interiors, is to really stay true to yourself. Sure, trends are fun, and I've learned a lot of things throughout the years of decorating when it comes to trends. There's things that have been introduced to me that I didn't really dive into before. You know, like I learned a lot about postmodern and 70s furniture and 70s pieces. And because they became trendy over the years, I really grew to appreciate them and opened up a whole world of, you know, different styles besides just French furniture or just antiques and stuff. So yeah, I'm really grateful for trends. I incorporate them when I like them, and I do have a lot of 70s and other eras in here because I am eclectic. I'm very like into a lot of different things, especially as I've exposed myself to many different styles over the years. I'm always studying design. I'm always seeing different things. So what I wanted to, after going on that tangent there, I wanted to talk about this tapestry and what kind of brought me back into, you know what, I would like to have a tapestry again. I got back into tapestries, and it was honestly because of something that I saw in this book here. This is not by Mario Boada, but it is like a tribute to him. This is a book by Emily Evans Eerdmans. I love this book. There's a lot of great inspiration in this book. It is, I love Mario Boada's work. Unfortunately, he passed away in the past few years. But he was just amazing at interiors, like absolutely just incredible. But it was something in her home, because her home is actually, let's see, I should do a whole video where I'm flipping through this book, because this is honestly one of my favorite books that I have. Okay, y'all, I cannot find it. So, not the exact image that inspired the tapestry. So I'm going to insert a photo. It was on the Quintessence channel, I believe. I think Homeworthy even did a tour on it. I don't know. I don't remember because I don't follow Homeworthy that much. There's not a ton of stuff that I like on there, but Quintessence is my absolute favorite YouTube channel. Like, Quintessence is just hands down the best to me. It just has so much creativity poured into it. It's phenomenal. Like, most of the tours on there, I'm just like, oh wow, that's beautiful, it's gorgeous, save it. Even though what's in her space is not technically a tapestry, but I think it's either a needlepoint or it's a painting. It just inspired me to remember tapestries, I guess, because it kind of was giving tapestry, sort of, at least in my mind when I first saw it. So anyways, it's kind of funny how creativity works. Like, you can see something and then that drives a desire for you to source something like it or something that reminds you of it, even if it's not the exact same thing. And then you're totally creating a whole new look or just a completely different space. Like, honestly, even if I were to have found the exact same art piece that she had that was not, it's not this, it still would be my own space that I create, because I source all of this stuff myself. And you know, it's all the stories of all the different thrift stores and Facebook Marketplace finds and traveling and, you know, different memories or just different places I've gone to in order to source a lot of this stuff over the years. So it would still turn out as a whole, like in terms of the room that it would be put in. Like, say if I got the same piece that she did, though it wouldn't read the same, it wouldn't be copying, it would be turning something I'm inspired by into my own work of art by creating a space that is something I created that does not look just like hers. It is my own space, but I was still inspired by something or someone else and created my own vision or created my own art, which is my interiors, is my art. So yeah, I just use my home as my laboratory where I love to experiment with different things. But of course I love to incorporate things that I just have always loved, along with things that I may try out. And if I decide I don't like something, I can always sell it. That's the joy of finding things on Facebook Marketplace or in the pre-owned market, is there's generally a market to resell as well. But yeah. And honestly, I knew I wanted to go dark because this room just doesn't get any sunlight. So I feel like light colored walls or light rooms do better when natural light comes in. Otherwise, it feels kind of dingy whenever you paint a room like a lighter color and there's hardly any sunlight that comes in. It'll just feel kind of dingy. Like, it won't read the same. So I feel like with darker spaces, you're better off going darker, at least for this specific room. Just because, like, literally this is the only window and this is where we have to have the bed. There's a window unit behind there, so we open it at night. And so yeah, that's why we can't have a headboard, but this is totally sufficient for me. I'm totally good with this situation. Not to say I won't change it at some point, because I'm always changing something. But anyway, my point is I tried toying around with, or I toyed around with the idea of painting this room like a light pink like the rest of my house, or like a lot of my house, or I toyed around with the idea of it painting it chartreuse. Like, look at this room right here in this book. I've always loved the idea of painting a room chartreuse. I love bold colors or unexpected colors as a backdrop for fine pieces. Like, if you look at the rest of my room tours in my house, my walls are light pink, which is quite unexpected. My lounge is a light blue with like abstract freehand line work all over the walls, so it's very unexpected. It's not just blue. You know, my kitchen is black, so I definitely appreciate like you know, unexpected wall color choices. But anyways, I had toyed around with the idea of painting my bedroom chartreuse, but this room, my bedroom, does not have enough natural sun to really complement the chartreuse color. So, and I think that the two biggest ways that you get away with this bold of a wall color, because this is even bolder to me than like light pink or something like that, to get away with something like this, or even like a hot pink, you have to have good lighting, like good natural lighting, and obviously good quality vintage and antiques, good quality styling, because if not, it can read cheap very quickly. It's about the balance of the bold with the refined, and that's what makes it pop and look so chic and so amazing. So I have the quality pieces. I'm always, as you guys know, I'm always sourcing beautiful pieces. I'm always buying vintage and antiques. That's what I fill my whole house up with. But the lighting factor is not here for this bedroom. So that is why I chose a darker color, as it feels much more moody and it feels more cozy, kind of like cocoon-like. Some people may have a different opinion. They may say that, you know, red is more of an angry color, but I don't see it that way here in this space. I feel that it feels very rich and just luxe and very cocoon-like, really. It feels very relaxing here in my bedroom, so that's why I went with a darker color. I did toy around with one of the images that she has in here, and I think it's of her personal house, if I remember that room tour correctly too. But it was the darker color, and I was like, you know, I could go with something like that, except she lacquered. I think her walls were lacquered, which is amazing. But it was like a plum color, so I had thought about that. And then I don't remember if I stumbled upon this set, and then that's what like made me make that decision right away. I was like, I need to go with the dark red, because I feel like it's just so beautiful with this set here. So I think that's what solidified my decision in terms of the color that I chose for this room, was this set, and I wanted something dark. I used my books as inspiration because I wasn't happy with where I was going with this room prior to coming up with what I did in here. Like I said, I tried light pink. I just kept going in here from the living room and some of the other rooms, and wasn't very happy. It wasn't reading nicely. And I even did art walls with like a bunch of different colors, and I had the leopard sofa in here at one time, but I sold that to my mom, so that's over at her house. And that was all before this set here. So yeah, sometimes rooms in your house will take a long time to evolve. My house is always evolving. Things are always changing. You never know what's going to stay for a while. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of things that I'll keep for a long time, especially things that just are really like dear to my heart, or just something that's like so me. But even if I keep a lot of the stuff, the styling changes a lot of times. Like just changing little things here and there, you know, over time, that really makes a big impact, because the things stack up and add up, and it's a journey. I treat my house as like my style laboratory, you know what I'm saying? Window, and it's completely covered up by these silk curtains, so you don't even know that it's light. It's actually light outside right now, but you wouldn't even know. And yeah, I would like to neaten up this little area right here. I just got to find placement for these bags, or get something different that houses more. But yeah, it's probably could declutter this. Okay, that's a little better. So I just spread out some stuff here and I like it better. That's a picture of my dad holding me coming from home from the hospital. So I was in his arms. This is a night view. So I don't know why the flash turns on whenever, how do I turn this off? But I have opened up some wine here. It is now the evening time, or nighttime, should I say. And yeah, this crystal glass came from thrifting. Do you guys have, if you drink wine, what is your favorite kind of wine? I love Zinfandel, and I love like red blends, like Merlot, Zinfandel, and what is the other one in here? Is it Cabernet? So I don't know where this wine came from. I've had it for a while, just haven't opened it. So yeah, it's pretty good. I love red blends and I love Zinfandels. I would say that those are my favorites. So y'all should let me know if I should do a video where I'm just having some wine and showing some decor inspo, or maybe do a thrift haul, or just talk about design, or a mix, or something like that. And it's like we're just like chilling, having wine or something together. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video.